Not long ago, we built a tiny home in a school bus and set out on the road guided by faith.
We traveled across Mexico, through Central America, always trusting the divine to show us the way.
Our journey brought us to Costa Rica, where we thought we would find land and create a healing center. But along the way, we realized something profound. The healing space we were seeking wasn't somewhere to find, but the space around us that we create with our daily lives. It's wherever we are. And now, for the first time, our home is on the water, from bus life to boat life, always following faith, always guided by Great Spirit. This is our journey, and this is the way it unfolds.
All right, we are in a pretty bad position, kind of in between a rock and a hard place. We left Fort Pierce and entered into this big lake-like area. The water reminds us very much of the ocean, but calmer, like less. And the winds are really high, which means choppy waters and using more gas. But if we don't leave now, when the winds are only at like 11 knots, then we could possibly be like kind of stuck here for a few days, because the wind only picks up, I think it gets to like 15 knots. So I was looking, and in the middle of the night tonight, if we can just make it past the beginning part of this lagoon, then early in the morning the wind shifts to about 10 knots, and that should give us a little bit of relief. Hopefully the water won't be so choppy as well. So we are lifting the anchor and pushing forward.
Right as the sun's coming up, we just arrived in Port St. Lucie, and we're gonna stop, get a little bit of gas. Should be our last fill up to Miami. We'll head straight back into the road and keep right on going. And we have about 12 miles until we can put up sails, hopefully. As long as the wind is the right angle, we should be sailing the rest of the way to Miami.
I was looking at the map, and in this river system that we're in now, there's a lot of drawbridges. No more fixed bridges, 65 feet, you're clear. No, just one after the other drawbridges, and so we're passing through the first one. just happened and I'm shaking. So this drawbridge, we were coming up to it, and right before the drawbridge there's an inlet, and the inlet brings in crazy water because there's water entering and exiting, and it's swirling, and as you can see there's a ton of boats out right now. So we pull up to the drawbridge and Sedek is blowing the horn. He blows it again, they don't open. He calls them on the radio and the guy calls back and says there's a police chase. And we're coming up on the bridge, like if they don't open, bad things are gonna happen. So the drawbridge went up and we went through that thing sideways, brother. Coming up on the next drawbridge, our engine blew. Sedek took apart the engine, the top part of it, and reassembled it. This engine's done. So the other engine, it needs a new gasket. That's it. So we're gonna get that engine running.
So I put the anchor out. I just tied like 60 feet of rope to maybe, I don't know, 70 feet, 80 feet of rope to the anchor. Let the dinghy kind of just go on its own, and then I threw the anchor in, and now I'm just going to grab it and pull it and try to set it.
I can remember times like this when we were in the bus traveling through the west side of the United States and then down through Mexico and Central America. We got stuck so many times, and it always worked out. We always figured it out. There was always a way made. The big difference though between getting stuck here in the States and getting stuck like in Central America or Mexico is that it's so expensive to fix the problem here in the States. And you're more likely to have someone come up to you asking if you need help, asking if everything is okay in Latin America. And that culture is lacking a little bit here in the States. Okay, so we are in the same place as we were yesterday, and then we're going to be here probably again tonight. We're waiting for the traffic to die down on the river, and for something for the engine. We are currently working on the trampolines again. The black elastic cord that we used on the front one and the back one, I had noticed some wear and tear on the rope where it was already kind of deteriorating. And they're also not very comfortable to like lay on, and they're not very safe to step on. It was feeling unsafe and uncomfortable, so we decided to go back to the original ones that we had. Also, we went swimming today. We are basically right next to a shoal, so we just jumped off of the ramp in the back and swam maybe like 4 feet that way, and there was land under our feet, so that was pretty cool. Sawyer found a starfish, and held it. We all got to hold the starfish in our hands. So we are celebrating the small wins today. Sarek just went to go pick up Lingisi. Our crew member is here. Yay! While we were tucked into this emergency anchorage, something really special happened. Captain Ron and Miss Jaina pulled up after recognizing our Wharram, and what started as a simple conversation quickly turned into one of those moments that restores your faith in humanity. They welcomed us like family, fed us, helped us reset, and loved our boys so beautifully. We're leaving with full hearts and so much gratitude. We're leaving from the Jupiter Inlet and we're trying to get to West Palm today. And then hopefully in a couple days we have another good window to get to Miami or to the Keys.
Hey guys, so we are back out on the ocean today, and when we look up at our wind up here, we've got it looks like we've got about 4 knots over the ground, and we're still getting a little bit of wind coming from our stern. So we are looking at maybe 5 or 6 knots of wind right now. We're gonna try to throw the sails up and see what happens. There are some other boats that are staged here that aren't leaving yet. So we're hoping that everybody's planned on the same route, the same time, and we're all gonna get the wind together, you know? But the water is beautiful, and because we have west winds coming from the shore, the water out here is just smooth as can be, and we're able to keep a steady speed.
We just successfully anchored at Peanut Island. We did a lot of sailing today, but towards the end the wind really shifted and we had to turn the motor on and motor for about an hour until we got to the inlet. So I'm gonna make some dinner and enjoy the evening. Grand Rising. We have all had breakfast. We are gonna go visit the island, maybe do some snorkeling, definitely some swimming, and maybe a walkabout.
don't see it?
Where's the other? Oh, I see! A double rainbow! This is so
Wow, hey, you gotta see this.
Today we visited Manatee Lagoon. Manatees typically gather here because of the warm water released from the nearby power plant, which creates a safe refuge for them in cooler weather. We didn't see any today, but it still felt like an important place to be. It's a reminder of how deeply connected our human systems are with the natural world, and how wildlife often depends on the impact we leave behind. It also made us think about responsibility, about protecting the waters we travel, reducing harm where we can, and staying aware that these animals don't have a voice in the decisions that affect their survival. Places like this matter, and so does how we choose to show up for the planet and the beings we share it with.
It looks like if we decide to motor down to the next inlet, it's about 40 nautical miles. Right now we're looking at swells that are like 7 feet or almost 2 meters, which is a little outside of our comfort zone. So I think we're gonna either wait for that weather to pass or for the swells to go down, which they do in about 24 hours. However, the winds also go with them. So it looks like right now we're gonna head out and maybe 4 feet swells or meter 20, and the winds are going to be eastern at about 10 to 12 knots, give or take, for most of the way down to Miami, which is doable. A little bit gentler than the journey we would have taken if we would have left tomorrow, for sure. But if we decide to motor down, we can go down another 40 nautical miles to the next inlet, and it will drastically drop the swell and give us a little better winds.
Just 40 miles, nautical miles is a lot.
It's a lot. It's 20 hours.
Yeah, nah, that's not. 20 hours without the bridges, without.
No, 20 hours with the bridges.
With the bridges.
Yeah.
That's still too.
It's a lot.
It's a lot. Just wait one more day. We'll have great winds. Swells are good.
It's looking like that. It's looking better and better for Friday. At first, Friday looked like it was going to be like no wind at all, and then
It's not great winds. It's 10 to 13 gusts on eastern winds. And then the swell starts in the morning at 1.69 seconds and then dies down to 1.39 seconds.
This is kind of making sense also with what people have been telling me about the Gulf Stream. They say basically wait for the eastern winds because the southern winds create the nasty swells.
Yeah.
And against the stream. So that wind is turning from like a little bit northern facing to a little bit more eastern facing, and the swells drop immediately. So I think leaving on Friday with the eastern winds is going to create a good sailing environment for us. Rough seas, but that that we have 12 hours to get south of that rough sea.
Tonight at 8 we'll have the 1.2 meters, and during the night we'll have big swells.
Does that include southern from here? Because by then we'll be 20, 30 miles down. 1.5 down there. That's a little better, no?
So 16 knots at 5 a.m. We'll be a bit sporty while we sleep, but yeah, it's a possibility. We could leave right now, yeah.
Okay.
So last night there were a couple catamarans that pulled in, and we noticed that they left pretty quickly today, so they were just spending the night here. And then Captain Ron also sent us a message saying that it would be better to leave today than tomorrow, so we are packing it up. Even though we have a little bit kind of crappy weather, it's a good time to leave still because the current is helping push us out. And when we came into this inlet, it was really strong and wanting to push us one side or the other. So having the current behind us pushing us out of this inlet, I feel good about it. Okay, so we got turned around. Everything's okay. We are just gonna go back and anchor again, and wait some more for some better weather.